I've got some butter and sour cream in here, Parmesan cheese, pepper, salt, garlic powder, parsley, and some milk just in case the sour cream's not enough to thin it out. And you can hear it slowing down. So those are the beeps that it makes to tell you that it has finished its allotted cooking time. The LO ... is to stand for like warming. So what it does now is it counts up, and then the number that it starts to go to will tell you how many minutes it's been warming for. Some recipes call for natural pressure release, or maybe even only 5 minutes of natural pressure release, and then full venting. So what that would mean is you would wait for that to say LO5 and then, or 05, and then you would vent it the way I'm going to do a quick release vent now. So this one, you don't need to let it sit there. So you would come up here and just make sure nothing's directly above, and then you're just going to flip it like that. Okay, and that's just going to let out your pressure. So it's just steam. I don't know if you can really see it. And that's it. Sometimes it'll spurt some liquid out the top, kind of like that. If there's a lot of water in the recipe, that can happen. It's not a huge deal. If you don't want it to spurt water everywhere, I just cover it with a towel. No big deal. Just make sure when you pick up that towel that you're careful, because obviously hot steam can make that towel very hot, right? So that's what you do. You just, do one of these. So I don't care if water gets everywhere, so I'm just going to leave it. And I'm going to walk you over here to get my potato masher, this trusty tool. Okay, and it's going to slow down as it gets closer to the time. And if you feel more comfortable, you can always wear like oven mitts, if that, to protect your hands the first few times. If you're not, comfortable and you think you're gonna get burned from the steam, like I can put my hand here and it's warm, right? If I was to put my hand lower, it gets hotter, right? So it's not a huge deal. It's not gonna blow up on you or anything. It's got a lot of safety measures put into this. The design has a tremendous amount of safety measures that have been thought of and put in. Unlike your old pressure pots, which you would stick into like cold water in your sink, which scares the bejeebies out of me. And I would never use one because of that. Okay, so the pressure comes down. Just to show you the L002. That means that it's been warming now for 2 minutes. So again, if a recipe called for 5 minutes and then a quick release, you would naturally let it release until it said L005, and then you would come up here and you would hit your release. As you can see, there's still pressure built up, so you can't quite open it yet, but it is starting to move. Once the pressure is fully gone, then you'd be able to open it. And that's kind of my point, right? Like if this was set to sealing, and the Instant Pot went beep, 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 6 times, and it's ready, and you came over and you tried to open this lid will not open. So it's not like you're going to open the lid and it's going to be boom, a burst of steam. That's not going to happen, because the safety prevents that lid from opening until enough pressure has been released that we can open the lid, just like that. All right, so then here's our potatoes. We're going to drain and come back to finishing the potatoes.